Hello and welcome back. Today we are playing Victoria 3S Sokoto. Last episode we kind of had the war to end all wars between us and Great Britain and France. We would have taken this dirt from France in this war, these two provinces, but unfortunately they had a revolution here, which breaks your ability to take provinces from someone. This is, I don't know if it's a bug, it certainly can't be as intended, a little bit frustrating, but for today we will be wrapping up the run. Whether or not we can eject all the colonizers from the continent remains to be decided. We have 3 provinces from France, the 1 province from the Netherlands, and the partial province from Great Britain. So hopefully we can get these boyos out of here, maybe also taking over South Africa if we can, but we're going to be winding this run down as it were. We're currently in a war, a pretty long war with Austria, trying to push out the last vestiges up here, just so we can enforce to get Austria out as well. We should be able to win this, but man oh man is it uncomfortable. The AI is getting better about being sneaky. A little sneaky cheeky landing over here. Which I guess we can do something about, but we are trying to release the Marina Kingdom, or transfer it to ourselves as vassal, take this province, Liberia, and takes Tunis, so this is kind of where we're at with that. Did have an uprising with Portugal, who is our subject, so they're technically not ejected, but close enough we call it. We are trying to keep the construction queue running, kind of. In all honesty, it really doesn't matter at this point, because the game is winding to a close here. A close while we build clothes. Ha ha, ha ha. But that's kind of where we're at in regards to those things. Let's just make more dyes, yeah? That will actually make a lot of people homeless, because, boy oh boy, do these provinces... Okay, probably don't need quite as many rails as we put in there. We'll take 1 down, but currently, there's a lot of employment in the subsistence farms, so this will get them all off of that, which will make them unemployed, so they will go move somewhere else. Make labor cheaper somewhere else. Still trying to push in here. A little bit frustrating. We probably will, in retrospect. So the reason we put these extra 3 war goals in here was we wanted them to back down against us, but in retrospect, well, can we just liberate 2 Sicilies for this? No. In retrospect, we should have just put these 3 because we can enforce these 3 quite easily, and the other ones require us taking the capital or the Hungarian capital and pushing into Austria. Just every time we've had to do it, it's just been wildly uncomfortable, and we're kind of pushing everywhere, but we have better PMs, but this is not a fun war. We're going to be landing, I guess, to recover our thing. Aburala Danta, I guess, will be the boy. Free this up. There we go. Just this forever kind of front. As soon as we push in on them, we will get an enforcement. Or if they land our capital, they will start to get an enforcement, which is why we have our biggest navy guy defending the capital in terms of landings. We also have this 40 stack at home. I think we will just keep them there pretty comfortably. We also should have, them kind of cut off from anyone who's not the North German Federation, so they could also just rev spontaneously. We really want this war to be over, though, because we do have to declare war on the Netherlands, and then that'll be the last war I think we declare. So it's not super important in terms of the time, but this somewhat. We do want to get it off against the Netherlands to get that last little bit. But if we don't, it's not a big deal. We can kind of, I guess, talk about the run in general, I suppose. One of the big, things that was wildly different about Sokoto, or very interesting, was that Mexico's got a weird flag. Alright then. Why do you have that? Presidential republic, autocracy, cultural exclusion? Interesting. Land-based taxation, gross. This border war is also pretty gross. and is this. But as I was saying, the technology, or just being really far behind in tech at the start of the game, like extraordinarily far behind, like we didn't even have, what is it? We didn't even have steel working at the start of the game, is quite a big disadvantage. And we did some stuff that was, I don't think I've ever built as many unis, or we built like 2 unis up to 51. We can of course delete them whenever we want. So that was kind of interesting in this run. Also discovering this mosque, which gives 20% education access, which is just obscene. There's like currently kind of only 3 that I'm aware of these buildings that give an extremely strong bonus that is not just prestige. The first one is Beijing, which gives authority and legitimacy from including the head of state and government. The next one is this one, which otherwise this would be a relatively, not a very good province, but other than this mosque, 20% education access is huge. If we, like, look at our overall education access, we're getting 4.5% per wealth. That's probably not a good, as good an indicator of how good this is. But if we take a look at, well, we gotta go into laws here. Take a look at what things would be like if we switch to public schools. We'd have 50% education access. So it is the equivalent of a level 2 in just public education for free, which is pretty good. And then, of course, there's also New York, which gives migration attraction, which is from the Statue of Liberty, which is benefiting from the throughput bonus from economies of scale. So in theory, we should have never incorporated here in Eastern Mali for an extra 2% education access. Not too big a deal. One day we'll push. One day. Oh, this day is today. It's coming up. Happy that this front didn't get bugged. That would be really, really obnoxious. And we should enforce on them pretty quick. I'm guessing they have a really... We can't tolerate this behavior, except we can. Just kidding. We'll increase it back up. Yeah, so they'll decay 16 a tick once we get in on the capital here. Really stally war. I really hate having to land Austria. Austria seems like the most difficult great power to enforce on, just in a general sense, because of this landing thing you got going on. Probably would have been easier for us to just try and land North Germany and like invade through there. I don't even know. Social Democratic Party wins. They're already in power. And now that we've won this battle, I think we're in on Austria. Yeah, we are. So they will start getting a ticking war score. And now they will just give us the whole shebang. Now, we're going to take the whole shebang because we're bitter about having to fight this super long war. Okay. They decided they'd give it to us. And goodbye, Austria. I knew your borders well. Okay. So now we got to try and fight the Netherlands. And let's do it here. In our actions, we will put as the primary war goal, taking the Windward Coast. And then we will puppet you as the secondary war goal. And we will hope that you would just back down. And leave this in peace. Or we are hoping that France leaves. We can also declare war on France for these 3 territories and hope that Great Britain joins, something like this. Although I don't know if we have time to get the war off. A little bit of a mystery here. I guess we'll mobilize some boyos, but or we should mobilize everyone so they're more likely to back down. Actually, I don't think they are, because I think they're minus 75 fearful, just like things sitting as they are. So minus 120 is extraordinarily pessimistic, and they have a ton to lose because we're trying to puppet them. We're not adding more war goals because, or more things, just in case France or Great Britain joins. Ideally, we would want France and Great Britain to join, but I think that's unlikely. Somehow, Spain could not fight off Navarra, and now they're having a Catalan uprising as well. Not sure how that's working. We could or we can't bankroll them because they have bad relations. Alright, fair enough. You know, you're allowed to throw in the towel here. We are puppeting you. If you don't, we do want to fight France and take these 3 provinces. Remove the colonizers. Yeah, we really needed to turn a corner earlier if we were going to go bad. Something I was not as aware of was that we would lose the return state CPs, which I was really relying on to keep the infamy down on all these places to allow us to Diplo incorporate all the non-European powers. And so instead we had to go this really high infamy route where we weren't like super close to needing to do that. We're gonna add war reps and a whole bunch of other stuff in the hope that they back down. You could add Holland, Gelre, Friesland, whatever. We have 75 maneuvers. Yeah. If someone somehow joins in the last 3 seconds, we will add a bunch. You have so much to lose. Just give up the province. Just give it up. Please back down. We don't want to fight you, but we will. I forgot. We do want to swap over the PMs. Sierra Leone sides with the Netherlands. It's a little obnoxious once we use up all our stuff. We would have liked to have annexed Sierra Leone, but I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Someone else big joins though, we're gonna be doing something different. We'll just mobilize everyone. Please just back down. Okay, cool. Took forever to do it, but they did it. We'll reset PMs in both these places. And we will declare war on France. For Kansai, Congo Oriental, and Windward Coast. Kansai is the most important. Congo Oriental. And Windward Coast. And then we have to think of other war goals we want to add in. Gonna give them a chance to maybe invite the British. We just have to make sure that we have enough war goals to do this. And we do have a front up here, I guess. So we'll mobilize all generals. And we'll just assign everyone to this front to start. Except for, I guess, a couple of these 77s. And then, yeah, I don't even think they have market access there. And we'll just assign the rest over here. Now it's nice that we know the 77s are not over here. I guess we could keep it as unpaused. And can we like puppet them? We could liberate a huge country. Liberate Occitania would be a big one. War reps would be a decent sized one. We could just go for some big states as well and just not put these at the top. Picardy's, I think, has a ton of lead, if I recall correctly. No, they have a ton of coal. I mean, we do need lead. So we could just demand one of these provinces.
probably enough. We'll leave the rest at home. They can defend on a landing if need be.
are keen to see if someone joins in. Like the Free States joining in. So we will move several guys over. Keeping in mind the 77 stack is at home. Danzaki, so Usman will land on France's capital, and then we will put the rest in here. And then we will use the big boy to defend, and this boy O2. Or he'll raid convoys, actually. And they're in bankruptcy. They have a lot of turmoil, so they might back down. We have to add more to scare them. So let's go French war reps, which is really easy on the maneuvers. I think we could actually move 20 stacks here. A 16 stack here, and then we'll move both the 77s over to the French front. And then we'll use Usman Ibrahimi to land the cap over here with the 118 stack. Crew secession. That's unfortunate. I mean, I guess we want to put this over here, just so they don't, like, weirdly push us off. Liberate Liberia's primary demand. Oh, they're only uncertain. Damn. Alright, well, I think we go for North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia, or something like that. Actually, where's the capital? So Indiana, we could cut it off. By taking Illinois, we could cut them off. If we took Illinois and Maryland, they would lose all market access. We could take Ohio, though, which would be even better for the same reason. Probably should have tried to do that before, just isolate the capital. So Illinois and Ohio, I think. Ohio has led. Not that it matters, we're never going to fight this guy again. We're saving a little bit just in case Great Britain joins. That is quite unlikely at this point. Wow, they have so many troops. It's wild how tall, like, these guys build up. Of course, by isolating their capital, we'll brick their entire market, but... And right before this pops off, we'll just add, like, Normandy or something. Or Picardy, probably, because it has a ton of resources. Alright. Yeah. And this will be the last war. I don't even think we'll get to finish this war, unfortunately. I don't think we'll be getting this French land. We should have gotten it in that one war. It's a little bit buggy. We did our best. Did manage to get that little bit from the Netherlands, though. Expelling these dirty colonizers from our continent. I mean, there's no market access of colonizer in our... well, other than this. Shameful. Guess we'll finish expanding that. And that. Now, we want to land with Tasman al-Hal. There we go. We're off and away. That is a lot of troops compared to ours. We're at a very significant disadvantage. Ooh, especially on that 7 stack. Not much to be done. We don't have many units over here anyways. We have much better PMs though. Maybe we move this guy over to here. Of course, this guy's going to close out this front in just a second here. We'll move him to this front. That needs the most help. Getting decent battles here, hopefully. Yeah, well, looks almost decent. Oh, we're not going to be able to enforce them below 0 unless we take the capital. We should be able to take the capital. This should be fine. Let's move the 16 stack over. 80 stack. We'll move to here. We'll just let him stand by. Oh, he's in the North China HQ though. Kinda not ideal. We'll move him over here. Looks like we're... oh, wait, what? Alright. Well, that's the end of the run. I wasn't watching the clock well enough. I thought we had one more year. I thought it ended on... I thought it ended on January 1st, 1937, but here are our graphs. GDP cranked up. Average SOL, it was rising until... we got multiculturalism, which, if you notice, multiculturalism is about where this spikes up and starts going, like, kind of more vertical looking. And so, and this is also when the SOL drops. Multiculturalism just so good. Yeah, I think we'll just continue playing here, though. We'll click Sokoto, click Start, and we will finish this war. This little war of ours. Is there a truce with Great Britain? I think we have a truce with Great Britain, but we'll finish up this war. This is playing past the end date. We did get the end of the game. You know, in theory, we could just play for forever, but I think we've had enough of Sokoto. And we, for the most part, accomplished the goal of unifying Africa. Little tidbits didn't go our way. Like, the bugginess of some things is like, it's just... it is what it is, but it's certainly not fun. But it's still in beta. Well, actually, that bug's been there for forever. Or it's not like a... I don't even know if I want to call it a bug, because it consistently happens. If a revolution happens when you are fighting someone, like the revolution targets get bricked. And we get a nice little landing in here. Yeah, buddy. We will move some of these guys over there. But we'll probably enforce on them pretty quickly here. Just move some boyos over. I guess we do want to designate this as the strategic objective. Austria sides with the North German Federation. Okay. Yeah, we should have put this in first. Although I guess we're not going to win this advancement either way. So this 80 stack is who? Ugaya Kabe. So we'll use him to land here. Ugaya Kabe. Just trying to cheekily get into Isle de France. Way, way easier to land and push than Austria is. That's a big North German Fed. But Austria is now basically... I think we probably should have started fighting great powers a little bit earlier in this run and then tried to kneecap them. Like right now, so Austria is kneecapped here, right? Losing Hungary, they shouldn't be too much of a factor anymore. They might not be a great power. They might still be a great power. They're still a great power. I guess they're doing okay. But once we cut off Illinois and the other stuff, no shot for these guys. Should enforce pretty quick here. Although we are going to get them... Ooh, how are we being able to tick them below? Oh, because we have Picardy. That's right, we have no war goal on them. Oh, war reps. I thought war reps required us holding the capital. I don't think we hold any of the capital. Do we hold a speck of the capital? I don't know. But they're going to get enforced on really quick here, I guess. Oh, one of our admirals dies. Popular commander would be nice here. I think this guy is also critically important because he's defending from any landings. Is a pretty important role. We passed 2 billion GDP. We have a population of 356 million. Man, multiculturalism is just so good. It's like right there is when we got multiculturalism, and we were having like super big employment problems. Our SOL was like 25 or something, and then boop, instant, straight up. United States is also super caked up most of the time because of the changes. Looks like our landing is coming in. Hopefully they'll be able to get at least one push off and get into Isle de France. I guess we can... It used to be you can only set one of these strategic objectives, and now you can set one each, I think. So let's do there. Let's see when our truce is up with Great Britain. Maybe we could just continue on and get it done. 38. It's not too bad. We'll just play speed 4. We can crank this out. We will remove the colonizers from our land. Alright, just looking to see what is looking profitable. Power plant's looking very profitable. We're going to 51 this here, but we're also just going to keep pushing in New York. We will go in and press the hammer. We enforced on France. Nice. The French have been kicked out. Let's go in and switch the PMs. And let's move all these guys over here. Did the music stop? Is it bugged? I guess the music's bugged. Classic. That's PDX. Shouldn't really complain about public betas like being off, but right. Music player's new. Would not be surprised if it just generally bricks music. Shouldn't be paused here. This guy's gonna get wrecked. France already got wrecked. Oh, so much coal. It's beautiful. Ooh, we're getting pushed in some areas too. Let's see if there's anything else that's... Yeah. There's like no resources or even like agriculture to really build out too much. But there is a good amount of agriculture here. We'll just 51 cotton in all these places. The main reason... Will you take a piece? I'm sure this is white piece they're offering here. So. Oh, this is grim. How do they... Oh, they're just gonna naturally enforce on us. Illinois... Yeah, because they have no war goals on us, so we can't be enforced on. Well, we have a little bit of a shot to get this through. Why are we losing so much money now? Subsidies. We were experimenting with subsidizing urban centers in a couple places. Why don't we turn all those subsidies? Oh, you know what? Some of the newly acquired territory we just got might be subsidized. Let's just take a look. Also, welfare payments are cranking up. So, railway, urban center, tooling workshops, shipyards, Suez Canal. Obviously, we keep the Suez Canal ones on. Don't want to subsidize shipyards. Don't want to subsidize tooling workshops. And people will reorganize a little bit. Hopefully we can get something off here. Maybe not, we'll see. We do have a little bit before we get the war with Great Britain. I think we'll probably take South Africa in that meantime. Or that'll be the plan. We have an immortal guy this time, so we will be winning this push. It will just take a long time. We'll go paved roads. I don't think it matters what we research very much. But compression ignition is a really good one. Oh, looks like we just took a speck of it. Now, if we take a look here, let's take a look at their market. Oh, it's all cut off. So this will be really big in terms of just kneecapping them. We maybe should have done this earlier. We had to fight them so many times. So we just tried to, remove any sort of access that might have been better. We lost a bunch of trade routes with them, it looks like. Or with somebody. And now we just gotta kind of chill for 2 years. French secession. Interesting. Before that pops, we will put in some demands. Like that. Hopefully they just back down, but I think they're pretty hard-coded to not do that. If you're annexing them. Yeah, just minus 75. They have a lot of gold reserves too. Fair enough, my guy. I guess Sokoto's just determined to do this instead of left to right. Great Britain sides. Perfect timing. We will go after... Actually... Oh, I guess we could have put this in, but we need to do it through this. Alright, we're gonna go after this. And that's all we really need from Great Britain. We could try and kneecap them. Irrelevant, because once we have this, we will completely remove them from Africa. And really just a map painting exercise at this point. I mean, it has been for some time, but we will just play out kind of at least 50 minutes here. Colonizers have almost been evicted. We are playing past the end date though, so cheater, cheater. They're confident. We can enforce on UK easier if we just have Lower Egypt. If we were going to play longer, we would kneecap them by like making them release England or something, which would just be catastrophically bad for them. The French secession, I assume, is up here. We could double construction if we can. We could also put on arc welded steamships. That's probably worth doing. We'll leave the rest at home, actually, but we will mobilize them. Can't reduce the turmoil. Let's come in here. I think a bunch of people got fired because they were no longer being subsidized. Whoops. And that is the French uprising there. We will use a relatively small boyo to land the French uprising with Sekou D, I guess. Oh. We got another. He will also help defend. So we should push through this really quick. So I guess we'll use one of these 100 stacks to land Great Britain's capital. Danzaki. Sure. And we'll just use this guy, I guess. The only 120 stack we have. Mr. Popular Commander. Oh, that's a cool anthem. I guess we'll also annex Portugal here, and then we will declare the colonizers removed. It's kind of amusing how close this is. I think they didn't put enough guys over here, though. Yeah. are we just running them over? Is it bugged? I guess we could land back here with Baba Al Walga. That might speed things up a little bit. Thought we had built all those out in Liberia. Did the AI delete them when they revved? That would be wild. Always having the lead shortages. Yep. Much stronger navy than the Brits. Oh, looks like we just get a weird front split where it's not going to matter. This landing. Baba Aguala, or whatever his name is. We should be having war breaking out soon with the French secession. So we'll try again with Baba, this guy. And then we'll start moving people over here. And we'll just move the biggest guys over. I don't think it's necessary to move everyone over, and it helps us to defend against our landing against ourselves, I suppose. We want very little from Great Britain, so... Yep, Great Britain's not having that. It's gonna be hard to land Great Britain. But if we can push them out here first... We do have like 1k here. Daoud. We'll just leave him at home. In case we get landed. Baroda backs down. We enforce on South Africa. We will swap the PMs over. I think they have a decent amount of gold normally, but wow, I can't believe they haven't built it all out. Nor that. Oh, insane. Alright. We can decrease taxes, because why not? Stimmy this BZ. We'll try multiple landings at once. Once this guy fails, I guess. I mean, we already control the war goal. We just have to chop through, guys. Now, will the AI ever move their capital here? I don't think the AI does move their capital in this situation, which is, like, just catastrophic for them. Because they're... I mean, this just will plummet, I assume. Kind of wild to not see them plummeting in such a free fall already. Just everything has shortages. I mean, they can only do trade with... Oh, I guess they can do trade with... They can maybe join Great Britain's market, actually. It's the only way. If they get weak enough, then they can rejoin, and then they'll be kind of strong. Yeah. Just border guard. Once this battle ends, we will have so many more troops. This battle is going to end. Alright, so now we can try landing 2 at a time here. We'll do here with the 120 stack, and here with the 110 stack. Which ought to make them enforce a little bit faster, although I think we're starting to grind down their troops a little bit. take a look at Shandong. I think we want to mainly go silk. And we'll take the throughput. We crush the secession. We will of course fix the PMs. Let's see what happens if we subsidize. I think our economy would just get wrecked if we subsidize the freaking these. Oh, they're fully employed. What? Interesting. If we subsidize electricity. Oh, some of them are subs. Oh, they're automatically expanding. Never mind. Just kidding. I can't read. I think we will just always and forever do a lot of that. How much infra do you have? There we go. We are getting 2 landings off here, maybe. Can you not just give up the treaty port, my guy? You know we're gonna take it. Incorporate some of these states. I think these are fast incorporations. This one should be. Not sure if these two are fast because they might be British. 5 years. 5 years, okay. So this one's kind of a looks bad landing, but this battle's about to finish, and this is the power of double landing. Because a good chunk of the troops are already engaged here, we will get a better landing with the second force. Unless they capitulate beforehand, which they might do. I kind of want to illustrate the point first, so that's why I'm not asking them to give up. But they might. So we should have it much easier. Yeah, so we're against 2K here now. Because all of them are engaged in this fight, so we just run through this force, and then I'm assuming they capitulate as soon as we land on the capital. Actually, well, we can see how that's going to end. We're just going to set terms of white peace, do this, propose the deal. Because it's just this treaty port. Huzzah. Now, Portugal, you're next. It was nice. But your time is over. It was our continent, not the Europeans. I think there's nothing we can add to make them more likely to back down. But, Polynesian from North Germany? Interesting. See, I don't think we have any additional... Why can we build skyscraper? I don't know why we could build a skyscraper. I guess they surveyed the spot and then we took it. Is why we can do that. Build a skyscraper. Kind of interesting. Wow. Interesting how big Texas and New York are. In terms of GDP. Why are you so... It's just all this resources plus all the agriculture too. Crazy. I mean, there's a ton of agriculture. It's dual. I mean, we haven't even looked at our IGs in forever. Can you just back down? Pretty please. Wow, economy's really taken off in the last... I feel like just 10 minutes ago I was like,